with Kate Meehan, who I know is from Zoning Division of the Planning Department. Welcome, Kate.
Good morning. Thank you.
Looks like we have someone under the name Martin. You could unmute for me.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
I'm Norma Martin. I'm with Martin and Son Contractor. I'm the office manager here.
Okay. And you're the applicant on the project, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. I see it looks like Brina Bass.
I'm Bryna Bass. I'm the property owner.
Okay. Great, welcome. And there is a Dick Martin here. Dick with us?
He is listening.
Okay. Great. All right, great. So he's just going to be observing?
I'm here. No, can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay. I'm the contractor.
Okay, great. Welcome, Dick. Are you going to be providing any testimony here today, you think, Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a camera or can you activate your camera?
I could try.
All right, great.
Yes.
Hi. All right. Are we expecting anyone else to join us from the applicant or owner side?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started then. I need to read through our hearing script. This will basically just cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we'll jump into it. So again, my name is David Starkey. I'm the zoning hearing examiner for the city of Cincinnati. This is the June 26, 2024 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. The case before us today is case number ZH20240067. That's 1721 Bloomingdale. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any potential opposing parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any potential opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. So for our purposes here today, Norma, Bryna, and Dick, you will all have an opportunity to speak at that time about this project. One of you can speak, all of you can speak. It's really up to you how you want to orient that presentation. I just need to know about the project, background you think is important, what exactly the relief is that you're requesting, and why, of course, you think I should grant that relief. If there were anyone here from the public, I would then give them an opportunity to speak after you all had an opportunity to present your case. I will hear from the zoning division and Ms. Meehan to provide any testimony in addition to her staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, you all have an opportunity to respond to that testimony that's been offered in opposition, and then you all can make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or make comments. If there are any technical difficulties, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those on the fly, but to the extent there's a defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. All right, last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, doing anything other than just strictly observing, the zoning code requires that I swear you in prior to your testimony. So I'm going to collectively do that now for everyone who intends on testifying. So if you could, if that's you, if you could please take yourself off of mute now. I'll need everyone to raise their right hand and to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. All right. Who's going to be taking the lead here for the applicant on presentation?
Brian, do you want to speak?
I mean, sure, I can. I have, so I'm the property owner. We've lived in this house since 2003. Obviously we're in the neighborhood of Mount Washington. It's a lovely little neighborhood. We have a stoop in the front of our house, our front door, just a big cement block stoop. And we'd like it covered. for a number of reasons. Reasons being, Dick actually wrote a very eloquent, or Norma did, a beautiful letter. I have a copy of it somewhere, and maybe you have a copy of it. That for a number of reasons. One, it's an old house, they're box gutters, they're not very effective. There's, water in the basement, just the way everything, rain flow. So having a cover put on the porch will be a whole new system. So that will sort of, Dick, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but that'll help alleviate some of that problem. Also, I think aesthetically, it will look very nice. And it will provide, the house is oriented the way it faces. It gets very hot in the summer. Just because the sun is on the front most of the day. So I think it would be nice to have sort of a cooling element to the house a little bit, and coverage for rain and weather. Yeah, I mean, it would be a pleasure to have a cover on the porch, I guess is what I'm saying. It's really
Okay.
that critical for us. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let's see, Norma or Dick, would you like to tell me anything more about the project?
I just wanted to say that covering this area, this is her main entrance, and we're just trying to eliminate any ice buildup in the winter for her to enter, or guests entering in and out.
Okay. Could you tell me more about the specific relief that you're requesting in terms of the dimensions of the front porch, and what the zoning code requires and what you're asking me to grant?
Do you want me to answer that? So
Anyone can answer.
it's a 6x14 structure that would cover the existing slab that's there. And that is pretty close to, if you've looked at the site plan, it shows that the line is pretty close to the property line, within a foot or so of the existing property line, but we're not intending on going past any of the existing structure. So we're basically going to cover a slab that's already there with a direct siding, with composite columns and a flat membrane roof that sets over the top of this existing slab, with a set of steps that'll come in the side and allow Bryna and her company to be able to come in and be out of the weather while they come into the front porch, at the front door. So it's everything that these guys already mentioned. It's going to help a little problem that she has with water in the basement, and it's also going to get her out of the weather quicker. And she's on a very slow street that there's not a lot of activity, and it would just be a big asset to our house as far as aesthetics. So that's all I have for it. They've pretty much said, and along with the letter that Norm had sent in, for the reasoning behind it, it pretty much mentions everything that I just said.
Okay, got it. And so is the roof cover not going to, well, I'm sorry, let me back up. I'm looking at a picture in the staff report. It looks like there's a ramp access in the front. Is that still there?
That will be removed.
Okay, got it. All right. And so the roof structure won't then extend all the way out to the.
No, it's basically the size of the slab there, which is about 6 feet from the house, inside the side, which I don't think is an issue, is 14 feet.
Got it. Okay. All right, thanks. Anything else from anyone on the applicant or owner's side?
Not from me. You guys have anything? Bryna?
Okay. Let's turn it over to Kate Meehan. Ms. Meehan, is there anything you want to add to the conversation?
I would just add that the zoning relief they need is a special exception. The front slab is existing, but again, because they are making alterations and covering this porch, it does require that they get a special exception. This house sits much closer to the street than the other houses on the street. So when we do the averaging, this one needs a little over 21 feet of relief, just because the other homes on the street are set back much farther from the street than this one. According to the auditor's site, and Bryna can correct me if I'm wrong, but it gives a date of 1916. for this house, which is much earlier than the other houses on the street, which date from about the mid 1930s to mid 1960s. So certainly this house was built at a much earlier time. It certainly predates current zoning by quite a bit, and also predates the existing homes on the street by quite a bit. So it has an unusual setback as compared to the other homes, which is why it needs the zoning relief.
Okay.
Right,
And-
right. So like originally, the front of this house was oriented in a different direction. So it's an easement now. It's a paper street. So Lockard used to go, I guess, all the way through, or there were plans that so the front of this house is facing, yeah, not, it was facing where it's not facing now. And it is I hope I'm not burying myself here, but it is a double lot that runs parallel to the street as opposed to perpendicular to the street. So we do have a short frontage, that's true. But the stoop's already there. I just want the stoop covered.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything else, Kate?
No, I don't have anything further.
Thanks. Anything else in closing or otherwise from the applicants or the owner?
So I just had one question in regards to the timing after this. If this is approved, how soon can we move on with a building permit?
Sure. Well, so why don't let me. Is there anything substantively about the application outside of that you wanted to offer before we close the hearing? And I'll come back to that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, we'll leave it at that then. I've had a chance to review the application materials, the staff report. Based on that, based on the testimony that I've heard here today, I am going to approve the project. So I need to,
Great.
yeah, sure. So I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. The written decision is what the building department needs to actually finish the permitting. As soon as I send out that written decision, Kate can approve the zoning permitting on her end, and then I assume, unless there's any other permitting issues, that you'll be able to move forward at that point. And so, if your question was about timing, based on the current queue of cases that I have, I mentioned at the beginning about 2 weeks. I think that's probably realistic. I'll do everything I can to try to get that out to you as soon as possible. But I think that's a realistic estimation. As soon as I finish that decision, I put it into a PDF and I email it to everybody who's in the hearing here today, including Kate. You all will have a copy of that really just moments after it's complete, and Kate can then, of course, like I said, approve the zoning, and then hopefully you can get those permits issued quickly after that.
That's great.
Sure. So any questions about that process or anything else that's happened today?
I don't think so. I think I understand.
Okay, great. Well, if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, good luck with the project, and hope you all have a wonderful day.
Great, thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
Of course. Yep. Good luck.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.